Hi, I'm Hando here, coming from Mansae Korean BBQ in Melbourne. So today I'm going to show you how to trim up the chuck eye roll Sher Wagyu Marble 89 Plus, the black label. So how I break it down, I usually take this muscle off first. So this muscle is connected to the chuck tail flap, and also connected to like a few other muscles that you can use for stew. And also how you differentiate like the different muscle for the chuck eye roll is from the color of the meat and the marble content. So I'm gonna put this aside. I'm gonna start with this. So we're gonna start trimming this part. In terms of like the trimming, this one is a fair bit of trimmings. So this is the back part of the chuck eye roll. This is the one that connected to the bones. So the trimming here needs to be a bit more careful because sometimes there's small bone. So you need to make sure there's no bones on this part. Okay. So here I'm just gonna go like slowly how we utilize this piece. So this part is connected to the cube roll. Sometimes the cut is not straight, so we can use this. Actually, this part can be used for like the cube roll steak, or some people call it like a chuck steak, but I call it like a cube roll steak because once you trim like the top part, once you trim the top part here, this is the deal that you need to see. It's actually the part of the cube roll muscle, starting from the small muscle going to the big muscle of the cube roll. Okay, so this is the money maker. Okay, so you can cut it to like a steak cut. For steakhouse, you can cut it to like a maybe like 4 pieces. So this is what some restaurants use to sell it as a rib eye or cube roll. Okay, so you can get like about like 4 pieces. And for like yakiniku, again, some restaurants don't even bother to cut this. What they actually do is from the whole piece, they actually slice them thin. I'll show you. So they slice them thin like this for the yakiniku. This one, you can actually still use it for like the cube roll, for the steak, because this is still like really nice and tender. The profile is actually the Scotch fillet profile. Coming up to like this area, depending on like the animal, sometimes you have like a little bit of sinew here. So if you can see like there's a sinew here, you need to trim this part. You need to trim this part a little bit. You can see here we got like very little. We got little here, so we just trim here. Trim this side. So for the use of this meat, you can cut them thin and then you can score it as how we did before. So to prevent you missing on like the sinew here, what we can do is to to have this score. This is usually for restaurant. So you can score this. So when you score this, you pretty much break down like the sinew into like smaller pieces. So when you utilize, when you serve it to the customer, it's smaller chance that you will have a tough sinew in the middle scoring. How we break down this, before I explain about like different color of the meat. So when you see the color of the meat, here you got like really nice marble, and here you're starting to see the color of the meat is a bit darker. So what that means when you see like the darker color of the meat, that means that's suitable for stew. So we break down here. Okay. So this small piece, we can use it for like braised stew. If we use it for the braised, we don't really need to like do any trimming here, okay? Because it's gonna get soft anyway. Okay, so we come back to like this part. This part you can actually use for like the yakiniku. So I will trim this up a little bit so you can see like the color of the meat is actually really nice. Okay, so this part we need to trim because it's got like the sinew. Okay, so like this part we can use it for yakiniku again. If you want, you can slice it on a bit of an angle so you get like a bit wider meat. And we can keep slicing this, and then when you see like this color different, again, this is the nice red color and this is a bit darker color, and this is the part that we can remove to use for the stew. You can use it for like Wagyu curry, which is wonderful, really nice. And when it comes to like this part here, the texture of the meat tend to be a little bit more than not as tender as the one at the front. So this part we can actually utilize this for like curry, which is really nice. Okay. This is the top of the chakai roll. So remember, while you cleaning the meat, you need to keep them in like really nice temperature so you can have like the nice texture, because you know like Wagyu, the fat starting to melt in body temperature, which is about like 36. So when it's too soft, it's harder for us to trim. Then we will have like more wastage. So it's really important to keep the meat nice and cold. If the weather is really hot, then you just take out like the piece that you need and then keep it back in the fridge. Okay. So this is underneath of the part. So again, when you look at like this kind of like fat, you need to make sure that you trim it well. Okay, so we're coming on like this, the chucktail flap of the part. So this is chucktail flap. So what we can do is here, this part we can cut. They have like different muscle, so you can see like the grain is coming on like different way. So this part again We can use it for yakiniku, but some people prefer not to. What you can do is this one for stew. Again, for stew, you don't really need to trim this because you're gonna cook it slowly and it's all gonna become tender. Then this is like the best part of the chakai roll. Okay, cutting up the chak tail flap, and also here you get to see there's a different muscle as well. There's 3 different muscles here. So from here, what we can do is we can separate this here. This different muscle, again, when you look at the color, slightly darker. This one is good for stew. You can cut into like cubes. Okay, so this is the best part, and this coming to the end here is what you can use for the stew later on. I'm gonna show you how to cut this so you can get like really nice yolk. Depending on the size, how you want to cut it, you want to cut it square or you want to cut it like a bit longer. I like to cut it a bit longer, like this. And then, again, you need to know how to cut this so it's across the grain. Because you see like the grain is coming here. There's a few ways. You can cut it straight like this, or you can cut it like this angle. So again, you can cut it like, slice it like this, or you can slice it like this. So how I slice them, usually cut them into like this. You get really nice piece like this, nice and square, and then you can slice them. So this is still the chak tail flap. If you want to serve it as a chak tail flap, they can be like nice big square. So there's a different way of doing it. You can slice it like a bit thicker, or you can slice it a bit thinner. When you want to slice it a bit thinner, you can use the slicer machine, the automatic slicer machine. So it's got like really nice square. This is good for the retail as well. And then coming to like this part, you can see the muscle is already going on like different direction. So this part is quite tricky how to slice them. So if you want to break it down again, here, this part is for stew. So this is the underneath of the chakai roll. This is the one that actually connected to the flank. So when you look at like the profile of the meat is very similar. You can use this for like barbecue as well, for steak. However, you need to cook it on the medium rare. So this is the part that we can still use for the chak tail flap. The chak tail flap part, we can use it for like the yakiniku still. But we just have to be mindful with like the color profile that I explained before. As you can see, the different color here and here is a bit darker. Here and here is different. So when we break it down, the sinew is coming on like this side, and the sinew is coming on this side. So when we break it down, here we cut it like this, and then you just have to see where the sinew is coming, where the sinew is going, and then you cut it across the grain.